Hey guys, and welcome back to and read another chapter. I am going to be doing a book highlight of Intermission. That's why I'm going to be doing that's why I'm going to be doing a book highlight. It was just too my discussion type thing about it. It was just going to be way too long to put into our what we read in April video. That is why I'm going to be doing it just a separate video. Excuse me if I might be doing that a lot. I think I'm getting a cold, sadly. And excuse me if I might have spoiled a couple of things in here. This book was girl, boys. Okay, no, let's try that. This book was just, oh my gosh. This is why I have to do a separate video, because I have so much to talk about this book. I need water. I had to get me some water or else I would have died. Okay, not really. Anyway, I got me some water, then I can actually talk. Okay, so this book is about a girl named Madeline Faith, except her family does not like to use her real name. They just call her Faith. They don't like calling her Madeline, and I can't remember why. Something about Madeline was named after the grandma, and the grandma kind of just, the one, Faith's mother didn't like her husband's mother. Yeah. This book follows a girl named Faith who loves being in the theater, loves acting and all of this, and she is in high school. She's 16, and she just loves acting. The thing is, her mother does not like her acting. She thinks that it's a useless art, I guess you could say. It's a useless art for her, and you should, put more time into, trying to become more successful like your sister. The thing is, Faith does not want to be like her sister. Her sister is very prissy, I guess you could say. She likes to paint the nails, and she hangs out with friends a lot, and she drinks a lot. Her sister's already graduated from high school and all of this. Anyway, but Faith decides to keep her, dream of going into the theater and everything. And so there's like this certain spot that she goes to in this trail, and it's like a waterfall. And she goes at her waterfall, and she also goes at her stage because she likes to sing there. And one day she finds this guy named Noah Spencer, just, start to talk. And there is this one part where I was like, okay. He's like, your hair looks like cinnamon color. And he picks up some of her hair, like he grabs some of her hair and sniffs it. I don't like it when guys do that. No. Anyway, so he does that, and he's like, yeah, definitely smells like cinnamon. And so he likes cinnamon, she likes cinnamon, and then they just start talking and talking. And she realizes that he looks familiar, and she realizes that he played in a play. He starred in a play in Guys and Dolls, and she's 16 and he's 19, and like in her mind she knows that her mother's gonna have a big deal about this. She doesn't like her daughter dating a guy who's a couple years older than her. She wants her to date a guy who's the same age as her. Anyway, and so they just keep talking about theater and everything, and then she's like, I gotta go back home. They're connecting back and forth, and Faith does not tell her mother or father because she knows that her mother is going to go crazy and be like, you're dating a guy who's 2 years older than you. And yeah. Okay, something about the mother is very strict on Faith. There's just something about Faith that the mother does not like. And Faith has 2 siblings, an older brother and an older sister, and older sister Gretchen is like the golden child. Like, she can do whatever she wants, whenever she wants, and she could date whatever guy and all of that. But when Faith comes into the picture and she's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go to the theater and everything, the mother just, she's kind of like a Cinderella. She does not play fair on Faith. So Faith knows that if she tells her mother about this boy she met, the mother's gonna go crazy, saying that he's almost 20 and he should be dating Gretchen. Anyway, so they just get back and forth, and they decide to, start hanging out more and more. And then he's like, hey, there is this musical gonna go on. It's the Sound of Music. Would you like to join me and we can go audition? And she's like, yes, I would love to do that. Theater's my life, pretty much. And so they go and they audition, and she gets a part of Liesel. I can't remember the name. And he gets a part of Rolf. And so they're kind of like a main character type thing, and so they see each other a lot because they have to, practice their things and everything. And then Noah's like, do you want to go on a date with me? And it's not really a date. They just go out to eat at the sandwich place. And he's just talking about theater and stuff. And it's not like a romantic date. And then one of the scenes is he's like, do you want to go see my place? And she's like, yeah, sure. And she thinks he's taking him to his apartment. And she's like, I don't know if we should do this. This is not appropriate. He's like, oh, I'm not taking you to my house. I'm going to take you to this romantic spot type thing. And so he takes her to this romantic spot, and it's at night, and there's stars in the sky. And then he's like, Faith, can I kiss you? And she's like, yes, of course. And they kiss, and happily ever after. Yeah, no, that's not how it works. And so she figures out that her sister Gretchen knows about this one guy. There's this one scene where the sister finds out, and she's like, well, you better get out of the house because I'm having friends over. And then she's like, I know you have been seeing this guy, and I know you like him and everything. And Faith's like, yeah, so there's nothing going on between us. And she's like, yeah, I don't believe you. And so she gives her this Cosmo. No, it's not Cosmo. It's like, I can't remember. Something for, birth control type thing. And Faith's like, no, I've never done anything like that with this Noah person. I've never done anything like it. And the sister's like, yeah, well, if Mom finds out, you're pretty much dead. And so she's like, just whatever, just take it, just in case. And so she's like, well, I'm never going to need it because I'm never going to do that with Noah. Anyway, so she packs up her bag and goes to her friend's house. And when she's taking out her books, her friend sees the one birth control thing. And she's like, what's going on? And her friend's mother also finds out. And she's like, Faith, have you been, sexually active? And she's like, no, I haven't. And her friend and mother are kind of like distant between her now because they see this, birth control thing. And so it's just, it was kind of heartbreaking. She trying to tell everyone that she has not been sexually active with Noah, but they not believing her. And so I'm going to put this book down because my hand's starting to hurt. And so it's just this, fight between I have not been doing this and her parent or her mother and sister finding out that she's been with this Noah person and all this. And then the mother is like, okay, you can never see Noah ever again. And she's like, Mother, we haven't been. She's like, no, you can never see him again. And she's like, okay. And the mother finds out that she's been seeing Noah again, and so she's starting to take her privileges away and all of this. And then it gets to the point where Noah's like, oh yeah, I'm going to be going to London to this academy theater thing for a couple of years. And she's known about it for a couple of months, and he's finally saying that it's coming near and that he's gonna have to say goodbye to her soon. And then it happens, and then her life kind of normal. The mother's kind of happy that Noah is gone in London and everything, and Faith is kind of just crumbling because, Noah's not there with her. And Noah and her became a boyfriend and girlfriend, and they've been kissing. They sometimes cuddle, they hold hands, and it's nothing like more than that. And when her boyfriend, you know, leaves for London to go to this academy that he's been accepted into, her life pretty much just crumbles before her, and she doesn't know what to do, and so she just continues with school and everything. And then before the night before Noah left, she's like, in the 3 years, because you're taking this 3-year course thing, in 3 years we will meet here at this exact same time. And so he's like, okay, I will. And then during that time, she finishes school a year earlier. She graduated a year earlier, and then her mother is still just on her nerves, and she's like, Mother, I can't stand this anymore. I'm an adult. I'm leaving. And she leaves, and she goes and stays with her grandmother, and she finally moves to Detroit, Michigan. So her job is in Detroit. Anyway, she, at the day, so 8/16, I think, I can't remember the date, 8/16, she drives all the way to the one waterfall, and she waits and waits and waits, and then there's a storm that happens, and she's like, he's never coming back. And so she's like, this storm is getting so bad, there's hail, I might get injured. And so the only place that she can go right now is her parents' house. They're down in the basement because there was a tornado warning and everything, and the mother's like, Faith, I'm sorry for what I've done to you. I shouldn't have done that. I know you loved Noah a lot, and I know I should never have done this. And Faith is kind of like, what are you doing? Like, you never apologized to me ever in my life. It was a fantastic book. I read this almost 400-page book in one day, and I was like, I've never read an almost 400-page book in one day. I will always continue to read this. It's just so good. Like, I totally recommend this for YA girls looking for a clean Christian romance. And why it is Christian is because Noah is actually Christian anyway. His parents are missionaries, but he decided he didn't, want to go live in Europe for a long time. So he's like, even though I would love to be a missionary, I don't feel like it'd be my calling. But his parents were missionaries, and he kind of leads this Bible study. I don't know if he leads it, but he goes to this Bible study, and he's Christian, and Faith becomes, more and more in love with God, and she becomes more Christian and wants to go to these Bible studies and wants to go to church every day or every Sunday. And the thing is, the mother and father don't really go to church except for on, New Year's or not New Year's, for Christmas Eve and everything. Anyway, that's why it is a Christian, is because Noah is Christian, and and when he figures out that Faith is, sneaking out without their mother knowing, he's like, this is wrong, we can't do this. And so he's like, okay, yeah, I guess we could just let, God deal with this hardship we're going through as boyfriend and girlfriend. And yeah, it's a really good story. I really like it. I do not like the mother in here. I don't like how she's being so unfair to Faith and everything, but it is a good story. I definitely recommend this for YA girls or teen girls who are looking for clean Christian YA romance books. So I really enjoyed this book. I gave it 5 stars, and I normally don't give books 5 stars. And yeah, it was a good book. Yeah. Anyway, I will see you guys in our next video. Bye.
As I'm editing this, I think that this YA book has similar vibes to An Affair to Remember, which is the movie with Cary Grant and Deborah Kerr. And it also makes me think of A Walk to Remember. So I just wanted to put that in because it sounds like there is a lot of similarities between the two. And thank you so much for watching our video today.